What's up, everyone? Oh, camera's a little... Oh, yeah, way better. What's going on, everyone? It's me, Mechanic Dave. We have a new project, an urgent project. So, I just got rid of an engine, actually the non-Hemi that came off of the Trailmaster, and I got in trade this beautiful thing. So this is a 1980s, I'm assuming, manco dingo go-kart. It's a little beat up. I mean, it's 40 some odd years old. The tiny bend right there, I could probably get bent back. Original seating, original seat pad, original steering wheel with the kill switch, torque converter plate, solid rear axle, band clamp. Look at those rear tires, 22 by 11 with an 8-inch rim. And check out the front rims too. Those things are pretty neat. You don't see things like that anymore. The brakes on it work. The steering works. It's not all jacked up. I think a little lubrication and it'll be going right as rain. We're gonna throw a motor together and throw it onto this. And my nephew's birthday party is coming up. So we're gonna roll up and gift him a old, beaten up, running, driving, stopping go-kart and be the coolest person there. So that's the new plan, is to fix this thing up and give it to a kid for a kid to enjoy it. Because I'll be honest, right? Yeah, that's not ideal for a big boy like me. Don't look at my toes, you fucking weirdo. All right, so what motor do we give him? Do we build a Predator? Do we give him a Tillotson? Do we just give him a 196 Baja motor? I don't know, but I want to do something special to it, even if it is just light stuff. So we'll figure it out. Let's see. We have stroker cranks. We have stock carb intakes. We have a PZ22 carb. We got exhaust pipes. We've got ported out heads. I do have this really heavily built 212 Hemi, but I really don't want to give him a crazy powerful engine on his first go-kart. Little green engine spoken for. That Tilly is going in the Trailmaster. I have a Tilly 212, Baja 196, a couple of different 212s. I have a 208. Oh man, I have no idea. I gotta put together parts and see what I can throw at it to give it a little bit of pep. But first things first, we gotta get it lubed up, get some air in the tires, make sure everything on it's good. He's gonna enjoy the shit out of this. All right, so here's what we decided to work with. We're going with the old Predator 212 Hemi, 70 millimeter bore, hemispherical head. We ordered a billet rod, an aluminum flywheel, stiffer valve springs, a stock carb kit. We're not trying to make an absolute screamer, but we do want this thing to move around a little bit, you know. So stock, I have a Tillotson racing cam that we could put into it. I don't know the specs on them. It's probably a little more high performance than a stock 212 Hemi cam, but it can't be by much. So we're going to strip this block down, completely remove the governor, and get a new billet rod in there. We're going to get clean up the flat top piston, and just make something that'll be fun. Something that's got potential, something that has a good aftermarket on, well, no, not on the off chance. When he goes, Dad, I want to go faster, it'll be easier to find some parts for him. So we're going to throw this in the parts washer, get it all cleaned up, and let's throw some goodies at it. Don't tell my wife, but I probably spent like $176 something on this engine, on a go-kart that I got in a trade for another engine that's gonna get new tires, new paint, probably a new torque converter, new belt, maybe a new chain. It's for a good cause. It's for a good cause. All right, well, I might have gone a little overboard, allegedly. I keep forgetting that this is for a kid, and this is his first go-kart, and his first small engine. But, as you can see me bolting on this slide carb onto this Hemi head. So, let me walk you through the top end on this, right? So we have 18-pound valve springs. On a stock camshaft, that's pretty good. You know, that's kind of where you want to be at. This carburetor, this is a PZ22. This came off of a 212 Ghost that I built. And it's just been sitting. It's been collecting dust. And the reason I've never used it is because I don't have an air filter for it. So I ordered an air filter for it. So the reason I went with this, ease of use. So the stock carbs, when you do a governor delete, you need to give them throttle input to start them, and that can be challenging for a 9-year-old trying to start the cart by himself, or even if his dad was trying to pull start it, and if he was giving it gas, he could hold it wide open and just take off and hurt himself. At least with a slide carb, you can get it to a point where you just pull start it and it'll idle. The thing is going to be making a throttle cable work, but I might be able to make something happen. So we're using this Ghost carb. I mean, it's for a stock Ghost, which is a racing engine, and this has 18-pound springs and lapped the valves. It should do just fine. So PZ22, 18-pound springs. It's going to have a 90-degree exhaust with a muffler, and I'm going to weld the muffler on. Catherine, you will thank me for that, because he will take the muffler off, or it will probably fall off on its own, and he will terrorize your neighborhood. So, that's the plan for right now. All right, we have our short block assembled. We have our cast aluminum flywheel on there. Our PZ22 carb is mounted. Our valve springs are in there. We have our rockers on there. We just need to spin the motor up to top dead center and set the valve lash on it. And then we can go ahead with bolting on the valve cover and get the spark plug, the coil, the exhaust in there. And we need to find a fuel tank for it as well. But other than that, brand new refresh 212 Hemi. All right, engine is basically all assembled. So we have our flywheel on there, our coil is gapped. We have an NGK plug. Our valve lash is set. We have our carburetor mounted. We have our breather filter, fuel tank, fuel line run. Engine has oil in it. We're waiting on the exhaust and the air filter to show up. We have the Tillotson side cover on there because blue plugs and blue fuel line, blue breather. We're gonna have a blue side cover and a black pull start. And we're gonna, I think my wife said she's gonna paint the go-kart blue. All right, the drive system. We have a brand new ROP shop torque converter set up. That's gonna bolt to this engine. I could not get the stock Comet parts to work. I probably could with a little bit of time and some parts, but I don't have either of those right now. But we do have a brand new full CVT setup that bolts right to the engine instead of plate. Kind of like how the Trailmaster is. But we're going to get this assembled, thrown on the engine, and check if it works. All right. The CVT is in place. Now we just need to notch out from here to here for the chain. I don't know why they don't come pre-notched. That would make life really easy. Morality question. Is it wrong to feel bad about spending a bunch of money for a kid's birthday? I mean, money's tight these days, you know, and nothing about this was necessarily cheap. But he's going to love this for a long time. So, yeah, I think the positives outweigh the negatives in this case. All right, we got the dingo in the shop. We have the electrical ready to be hooked up. I still have the steering wheel off, so it's a little easier and cleaner to paint. The front end is aligned. Front tires hold air. That one has a leak. which really freaking irritates me. That one has a super slow leak. That one's fairly quick. So, I don't know. Goop. But steering's all taken care of. Front end is as tight as it will be. The engine is mocked up. It is a very tight fit, and it will need to be, the engine needs to be risen up, and then the rear sprocket needs to be moved over because it's a little hard to see, but the sprockets absolutely do not line up. Yeah, that's the rear sprocket, that's the front. So, but it's a 10 tooth 54, so it should be able to do about 40 miles an hour, I would think. And then I need to make a throttle cable work, which this does not have the correct end on it, but this does. However, this cable overall is way shorter, and there's no way I'm going to be able to get a cable here in time. So I've got to do some hokey shit and figure something out there. But something will get done. Yeah. So the frame's pretty much all sanded as far as we want it, and then it's just going to get painted blue. And yeah. Did what I could. I got really irritated I couldn't find a blue air filter. I had a blue breather filter, painted the recoil cover blue. Blue fuel line. It's gonna have a blue frame. Shade of steering wheel. I gave it a grip wrap on it and new fittings. The original switch works, which is nice. We're not gonna do anything about the seat. We're not gonna recover it, I don't think. But yeah, we're getting close to our 7-day restoration of this Manco Dingo 286 or 285, something like that. So this is probably from 90 to 94 would be my guess. At least that's what ChatGPT says. So yeah, no, it's looking good. It's gonna be a ripper for sure. All right, the chassis is stripped down. It has been cleaned. It's just air drying right now. We have one part of it painted blue. The rest of this is all going to be blue. And then, let's see, we have the connecting plate for the roll cage, the foot pedals, and we're going to go get some covers for the seats. I probably said I wasn't going to do it, but I'm going to do it. And right now we're just gonna go get some new hardware, get some goop to throw in the tire. Hopefully it seals it and it stops leaking. But yeah, it's looking good. It'll look even better once it's freshly painted and then everything gets to go back to how it was. So it's not stripped down crazy, but it's gonna be good enough. For sure. All right, we have the frame painted blue. So my wife actually painted it. So it is entirely her fault. We have overspray on the tires. Granted, they do need to be replaced anyways. So with the frame all painted, it needs a little touch up. Oh, no, it's just a mosquito. Yeah, looks pretty good. All right, so now that the frame is painted, we need to install the engine, make the engine run, install the chain, recover the seats, install a throttle cable, install the steering wheel, wire the cart, install the rest of the roll cage. Yeah, the party is tomorrow. So this is the final day of working on it. All right, we have the pedals all installed. We added return springs to both sides because they didn't have that, and we made the pins instead of bolts that need to be trimmed down, but now it actually returns to place. And this is the throttle. So I need to cut a slot into this tab so I can drop the bolt through, and then I can set my tension on it, and then it gets routed up to the engine. I'm gonna start to rewrap the seats before I start working my way this way. All right, so we have the old seats there, and we have new fabric to cover it, make it look a lot better than this crap and all cracked and whatnot. We have the throttle cable linked up. We have the electronics wired. Engine is solid mounted. The chain is not hooked up. And first freaking pull, man. Holy cow. Fuel cap leaks a little bit. I mean, I didn't adjust the needle. I didn't put any jets into it. I figured that it's a stock carb for a Predator that came in the box on a brand new engine that should be ready to run. Put fuel into it, it runs. Thing runs good. It sounds pretty good. I have the idle perfectly. The throttle cable returns. It's snappy. So let's get the rest of the roll cage on there, and then we'll figure out chain alignment. And I ran out of staples to finish covering them tonight, so I'll have to do those first thing tomorrow. But yeah, the cart runs. Seven days this took to restore it to how it looks today. So repainted the whole frame, repainted the pedals, recovered the seats, built a new engine, has a brand new transmission on there. New chain, had to be a little longer. This thing is going to be so much fun. And the best thing is it looks amazing. And it's still pretty original stuff, you know. Like we still got the original Manco dingo steering wheel, wrapped it in some grip tape so he doesn't slip off of it. The switch that was in it works. So we got new hardware on stuff, return springs. So this thing should be ready to go. All it needs is new tires, and in the future, new plywood and foam for the seats. But I don't have that stuff and I don't have time. So I gotta be at the birthday party in an hour. So we're gonna get this thing loaded up on the Bronco and haul it on down.